Okay, I will start. Just a moment. I have to share. Can you see?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So this is the last lecture.
Yeah, last lecture.
Yeah. So today I will talk about the challenges facing microorganisms supporting bioscience. Strange title, but I will talk about the future of microbiology and now what is the problem of microbiology and very severe story I have. And don't tell others, I may be killed in content. Okay. Now, okay. Expectation for microorganisms. So, microbiology traces its roots to rural practice, believed to have begun in the Neanderthal era. Neanderthal is origin of human being, as well as to the production of fermented food using beneficial microorganisms and method for sterilizing harmful microorganisms which emerged with the dawn of civilization. So microorganism is very important for our culture and developing our life. And from old century, before century, we used microorganism without knowing what is microorganism. And now genetic engineering, which originated in microbiology, has accelerated to the development of the bioscience, particularly in the field of pharmaceuticals. We know many methods about medicine and medical treatment. Recently, thanks to breakthrough in next generation sequence technology, now hopes are being placed on microorganisms. So, as I told you last lecture, we introduced MySeq and Minions. This next generation sequence technology inform us the environment of microbiology and what is happening in the body of microorganisms. So we have many information we can get. Probably microbiology will develop step by step, but maybe dramatically we will have big changes, maybe by you. We have many expectations, but however, microorganisms are not a panacea. Their diverse capability do not automatically translate into industrial applications. We have to be careful. We will explore how microorganisms can be useful in our daily lives across various industrial sections. For example, I will explain later, but anyway, someone tell microorganism can produce electric power, but indeed, this is just a possibility, or just capacity, not really industrial indeed. So don't forget that we have to be careful about the possibilities. So this is just a dream. And the real world is this. Solar power generation is efficient than much efficient than these systems. I'll tell you, explain you later. So I now focus on medicine and microorganisms. Now, maybe we don't have to explain. We have many medical treatment and medical information come from microorganisms. For example, penicillin, antibiotics. And there are so many antibiotics. And we can use this for treating our getting back our healthy bodies. And antibiotics kill microorganisms that is dangerous to our bodies. And this is very small thing or fine story. Antibiotics is believed as secondary metabolite produced primarily by bacteria and fungi, according to ChatGPT. But I don't agree with as secondary metabolites. Antibiotics are essential for surviving among diverse microbiome. So mycotoxin and bacteriocin are same player. So what I want to say is this is not secondary metabolite, but they produce antibiotics for growing well and for their next generations. And antifungal agent, the same mission as antibiotics. So for us, we use antibiotics for medical purpose and for microbes. This is a strategy, surviving in environment. So we are using that system. And we have the immunosuppressant, for example, cyclosporin and tacrolimus and sirolimus. I don't know exactly the name, but maybe some students use these because of the high fever, colon fever. An important medication used to suppress ejection after organ transplantation and treat severe autoimmune disease and conditions such as spondylitis, hay fever, allergy to pollen. So some students may use these chemicals, and probably none of them used for this purpose. But now organ transplantation is now often used for such patient, and to prevent the severe autoimmune disease. This is essential. And after developing this method, organ transplantation is expanded. One of these chemicals was produced by microorganisms in my city, isolated in my city. As the medical company, some medical company are in my city, so that company find, and that contribute to organ transplantation. And anti-cancer agent. So I don't know about anti-cancer agent, but we use these kind of chemicals for anti-cancer agent. But when I was a student, this mitomycin C was believed for the chemicals, as a chemical that cause cancer. But now, anti-cancer agent. So this is very dangerous chemical, but this is also dangerous to probably cancer cells. So sometimes mitomycin C is used for anti-cancer chemicals. But indeed, this is for us, for healthy us. This is just mycotoxin, toxins produced by fungi or microbes. And this is very important, cholesterol lowering agent. I am using, I don't know which I use, but I am using, as I have high cholesterol blood, and so I am using some kind of these chemicals. But these are also produced by microorganisms. And antiparasitic agent. Antiparasitic agent. So that is an agent for protect parasite. So that name is ivermectin. So about 10 years ago, Professor Omura got Nobel Prize. And my professor was a friend of Professor Omura. And so my professor's generation, they studied a lot of antibiotics and anti-cancer and anti-parasitic agent they try to find. And now he is famous for this parasite related chemicals, especially in Africa. He didn't use patent for Africa when he got Nobel Prize. And enzyme, and we always sometimes use enzyme. That is for mainly for detection of chemicals or some hormones or some active compound. For example, insulin. Insulin is famous when we got the recombinant technique that was produced by Escherichia coli or yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae. And before that, we used insulin from pig, because pig insulin is similar to human insulin. But now, we use insulin produced by bacteria. And human growth hormone. This is also famous for first generation of recombinant technology. But other things, not medical, but we often use enzymes. Some question? No.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
already muted.
Yeah. So high fructose corn syrup, isomerase we use. And you have the detergent for washing your clothes. I think this is Indonesian product. Yeah? Okay. I tried to find. Oh, same pack. So maybe Kao company made. And vaccines. You know, vaccines, especially COVID. Oh, sorry. This should be D. Vaccine. It's famous. BCG and hepatitis B vaccine, HPV vaccine. We have many vaccines produced by microorganisms. Almost all of them are recombinant. And I used this Moderna COVID-19 vaccine when we have the lot of coronas. And I don't know, you use these GMO, genetically modified organisms we have, and regenerative medicine using iPS technology. This is also based on microbiology and genome editing technology. This is also based on microbiology. So we have some, maybe many foods and medicines using genome editing technology and iPS technology and yes, and the recombinant technology. And next is public health and microorganisms. So from a public perspective, microorganisms, including viruses, are often portrayed as the villain, so become a ghost. So microorganism is not good for us. So until we experience the COVID-19 pandemic, there had never been a worldwide discussion about the control of viruses and microorganisms. Probably students experienced COVID-19 pandemic and probably almost all students thinking about COVID or viruses and antiviruses, chemicals, and public health is important issues. They understand. Now, some sick traveling from South America to Europe have some pandemic with some viruses. So we'll think about COVID-19. This is top secret. I'll explain where it come from. If you say, I talked about that, then I may be killed. This is top secret. But if we are biologists, many people understand easily where it come from. Okay? Which one is correct? This is COVID-19, and this is also COVID-19. Indeed, this is correct. This is rare case. Generally, virus are nano-object, so small object, And they cannot be alone, indeed. They aggregate. So if the protein denatured, they will aggregate. Same things. Viruses is not soluble in water. So they aggregate. For example, this is a size measuring using the dynamic light scattering. I am not familiar to this, but anyway, using this system, we can see the size of suspended materials. For example, virus, we measured Pseudomonas phage 5-6. This is 70 to 90 nanometer. But if you measure the size, it becomes several hundred nanometer. So that means these aggregate. So this is correct. It should, when you think about viruses, don't think about this. You have to think about this. That is aggregate in nature, in environment. So initially, some scientists claimed that because the coronavirus is 100 nanometer in size, it could pass through masks. So they say mask is not enough to prevent, while it is true that the coronavirus is 100 nanometer in size. In real world conditions, it is highly unlikely for the virus to exist in the environment on its own. So most cases, coronavirus aggregate and bind to cellular component or body fluid. It is easily captured by dry mask or aerosol filters. So indeed, mask was effective, and that is because coronavirus is aggregated and bigger, and they may bind easily to mask. Of course, mask is not perfect, just preventing. For complete preventing, you have to use HEPA filter, but we cannot use HEPA filter
for
mask. Yeah. So, but anyway, mask is important. And you may see this kind of, sorry, in Japanese, but you might see this kind of figure. But you understand now, this is not correct. Because virus is not alone. So you have to think image, not like this. But this will bind. Or maybe some part bind at human bodies, and here will be attacked by this receptor. Maybe receptor is important, but this is impossible. Okay? It should be like this. And now I'll very secret places. Now, I think you know gene structure and homology. If the similarity is high, they are considered to be closely related species or the same species. But that is not necessarily true. It's not always true. We have to be careful. Okay? So Chinese science write bat origin human coronavirus. About this is not corona. SARS. SARS is also, coronavirus is a wide name, and SARS is a one species name. So they studied, isolate SARS originated from bat, and they found the bat origin of human coronavirus. So human coronavirus is, especially SARS, came from bat, they say. And I think they also, in nature, they describe about that. This is based on homology, only homology. They don't think about the structure, only primary structure, but higher structure, they don't think. Okay? This is a nucleotide sequence in FASTA format. I will perform a sequence alignment using this sequence. You can get the sequence at the site of here. This is a coronavirus. Okay, this is a sequence of coronavirus. And if you go to this site, BLAST, NCBI site, you can go there easily. In Gifu University, I always explained how to use, and I made student using this site. Maybe you know about this already.
Yeah, they already know, Sensei.
Okay. So nucleotide BLAST we can use. And if you search, the first hit, so COVID-19 hit to many COVID-19. And I did this search 2020 and March. So only 10,000 or something was uploaded. But now, so many, and you cannot do this kind of work. And at the first time, that coronavirus is emerging. So this shows coronavirus came from human coronavirus. COVID-19 came from that coronavirus, it seems. And many scientists believe this. And next was pangolin, this animal. Coronavirus is next type one. And it's because we ate pangolin. Many people say it. And in Chinese stores, pangolin was sold for eating. So that is the origin, many people say. And if you scroll down a little further, you will finally see SARS. So it shows coronavirus, COVID-19 did not come from SARS, but from corona or pangolin corona, it seems, according to primary structure. So at those time, many people say SARS, COVID-19 come from corona, bat corona or pangolin corona. Homology, according to homology, it is true. Okay, but if you see the structure, this is structure. Structure genes. Structure genes means open leading frames. If you see open leading frame, so many proteins are produced from genes. This is COVID-19. And this is SARS. And this is bad corona. Completely different from bad corona. So many people believed SARS came from bad corona, but big difference. And COVID-19 came from bad corona. That is different. So COVID-19 is very similar to SARS. That was 2020. I found, and I said that COVID-19 came from SARS, not that corona. And if you compare mass, this is also COVID, coronavirus, not COVID, coronavirus in Middle East. This is also similar, but slightly different. So this is also human coronavirus, completely different from bad coronavirus. Okay, so where did COVID-19 come from? We have many coronaviruses. Yes, coronaviruses, human coronaviruses. And I thought I came from some genes, but structure was very similar to SARS. And bat coronavirus and pangolin coronavirus is completely different. So COVID-19 came from SARS. If you accept this, how to create COVID-19? That's the question. So, the neutral theory of molecular evolution. This theory, the theory proposed by Moto Kimura, a Japanese professor, that most genetic changes at the molecular level are neither advantage nor disadvantage in terms of natural selection. So if no selection, many genetic changes will be occurred. So from the view of primary structure, diversity is becoming big. So if you culture SARS, diversity of SARS primary structure will be changed. And how it can be. Mutation and genetic drift were the primary drivers of evolution. As this genetic change at the molecular level can be occurred, just preparing the experiment leads to greater SARS diversity. So if you do virus experiment, you just inoculate and growth and seeing like you compete this growing method and repeat this experiment. So leads to greater SARS diversity. So many kinds of SARS will be accumulated. So maybe, probably, according to biology, SARS diversity can lead to the resistance to aerosol. Okay? So SARS diversity can lead the resistance to aerosol. Okay, I told that. Okay. And COVID-19 emerged as a result of SARS replication experiment. If you repeat SARS replication experiment, you will make COVID-19 like viruses, because diversity may include aerosol resistant viruses. Because before making that, we don't know, but as a result, we got COVID-19. That means from droplet transmission to aerosol transmission, it can be, because we can get many resistant microbes and resistant viruses, indeed. So, who did SARS replication experiment? In those days, we found some paper. So, specimen from a SARS patient was inoculated into cell culture. A total position were mutated, 47 viral genomes. And anyway, there are already publications here. I will not say. And in the paper, they described to better prepare ourselves in pandemic, predicting and preventing the next emergence of coronavirus. This means that SARS, about, I don't remember exactly, but first was SARS disease. So they tried to prevent by studying SARS, but they made COVID. It is necessary to maintain our vigilance in long-term coronavirus surveillance studies in bat, as well as in other wildlife and livestock. Anyway, so they studied to prevent SARS pandemic, and they made corona pandemic. That is my story. And this is top secret. If you tell about that, but many scientists understand that easily, but we cannot say. Now, very severe story I talked. So now music time. Okay. Oh, but oh no. How? I don't know how. Ah, no, no. Why? Just a moment. Okay. I'll make this bigger. Okay. About PCR. You have to understand.
That you can amplify and control just as well.
Scientists out there doing PCR, BioLab salutes you with the all-new 1000 series thermal cycling platform.
Sorry, I will always, now I can do. Okay. So when I have the lecture and use this, many people laugh. So now, food and microorganisms. Okay? We don't have to talk about food and microorganisms because I already introduced many fermentation foods and food and microorganisms developed together with human beings. And I hope you will find something new insight in traditional Indonesian fermentation food or some Indonesian environment. You may find new insight. So I will not talk about food and microorganisms. This is easier. And environment and microorganisms. So many microorganisms contribute on environmental and environmental protections, especially metagenomic analysis of climate-resistant microbiologies maybe contribute, and plastic pollution, biodegradation, maybe isolation plastic degrading bacteria, or we may produce bacterial degradable plastic we may produce and bring it to environment. And water pollution and wastewater treatment. This is very important. And probably Indonesia also has some water pollution. And you have many wastewater treatment facilities. And in Japan, we have many polluted places, and microbe is used for breaking chemicals. And that is we call bioremediation. And bioremediation can be achieved in secretly. If you bring some big machines, many people think this land is polluted. But if you use bioremediation, you just put some chemicals in soil and the microbes will degrade. So in Japan, some is polluted, defined or break down by microbes secretly. Indeed, many chemical factories polluted soils, and they cannot sell that land to other people. And soil environment and agriculture. So probably we use many pesticides, but this should be broken down by microorganisms or some environment. And air pollution and by aerosols. Characterization of airborne microbial community in urban environment is also essential, especially in Japan. We have the yellow sun, and many pollution came from waste places. And environmental monitoring biodiversity. So if you analyze ecosystem focusing on microbes, we may see some mechanism of environment. And especially biodiversity assessment using next generation sequencing is very important because biodiversity is very important. If you see there is no biodiversity, that may be polluted because some microbe that is resistant to chemical become dominant. And human activity and environmental microbiology. Spread of antimicrobial resistant genes in the environment. Yes. So if we use many antibiotics and microbial contamination caused by urbanization. So in hospital, we have the trouble. So we have to be careful. It is medical, but maybe we can say environment. But indeed, science and doubtful and just scientific fiction, we have story. This is wastewater treatment processes. They studied this. Students know this system study already.
It depends on the student. If they choose this lecture, so they get this one. But if they didn't get that, didn't choose that lecture, so they didn't know how to treatment the wastewater process.
Yeah. So this process is using microbe breakdown or precipitate organic chemicals. So decrease BOD. Okay. But what is the purpose of wastewater treatment? This is for decreasing BOD. And how does the purpose occur? Wastewater treatment decrease BOD in the wastewater. This is true. Microbes can degrade organic compounds. This is also true. But, however, the main role of microbes are incorporation of soluble organic compounds and make those insoluble and precipitate as an activated sludge. You understand? Oh, some chat. Okay.
From me, Sensei.
Right.
5 minutes, please.
Okay.
But you can continue. You can continue the lecture.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. So I studied when I was a student. Microbe decrease BOD because degrade organic compound. And problem was activated sludge. Because a lot of activated sludge they produce. So that is the problem I studied. But recently we know the role of wastewater treatment is incorporation of soluble organic compound. And they make these insoluble and precipitate as activated sludge. So activated sludge, making activated sludge is the main purpose or main result. Microbe cannot break down so much organic compound, but they incorporate to their body and precipitate as activated sludge. That is the theory of wastewater treatment. So maybe you studied this is correct, but we had better think like this. This is a truth recently. What? So there is a energy production technology applicable to wastewater treatment plant, biogas gas and methane production, and bioelectrochemical systems, hydrogen production, thermal recovery. So there are so many suggestions that and say this is very useful, but we have to be careful about that. The production of methane gas in wastewater treatment being actively adapted. That is, methane is a greenhouse gas that is thousands of times more potent than carbon dioxide. This is because of incinerating, it is more environmentally friendly than releasing it into the atmosphere. So we produce methane that is preventing the methane gas is spread because much greenhouse effect is much higher than carbon dioxide. So that is not producing energy, but preventing methane exposed to environment. And we have the bioelectron chemical and hydrogen process. For example, microfuel cell schematic shown here. So some people say microbes can produce electric power, but especially in wastewater treatment facilities, microbial fuel cells, they say, which capture electrons generated during the microbial decomposition of organic matter via electrodes and convert them directly into electrical energy. But indeed, we can get very small electric power. So indeed, it is not possible to use just methane production is enough for producing power. So you have to be careful about the cost of this system and how much we can produce. And biogas power generation system we have, but in this case, just for methane gas production, just for preventing greenhouse effect, not producing energy. So we have many energy recovery systems that we have to be careful which is useful or not is depend on the industrial cost, and we have to be careful. Some people say microbe produce electric power, and that help us and save us, something like that, but that is not correct. But wastewater treatment, very important for us. In this case, it's okay. Okay. We have also algal hydrogen production, or sometimes algae produce oils using sunlight. Sorry. So algal hydrogen production is also not easy to produce. Indeed, it is true that algae especially cyanobacterium, produce hydrogen gas using organic compound. But that efficiency is very low. I will tell you later. So what I want to tell is the diverse capacity possessed by microorganisms do not automatically translate into industrial application. Just because you have the ability does not mean you can use it. Okay? Ability and utility is different. Now, I'm talk about chemical industry and microorganisms. Biological reactions are characterized by their low environmental impact, as they proceed efficiently under mild conditions, such as room temperature and atmospheric pressure, through the action of enzymes, which act as catalysts. True or not? This is the question. Many scientists say this is true, but I don't agree.
Why, Sensei?
Okay, if organic matter is dissolved under ambient temperature and ambient pressure condition, microorganisms will grow, contaminated. So this makes a reaction impossible. So that is not easy, especially complicated compound if you use. When you try biological reaction in food processing, we use heat-resistant enzymes and used to carry out the reaction at high temperature rather than at room temperature. So we need a heat. And also, we have the waste. And when microorganisms are cultured for bioreaction processes, the culture medium becomes industrial waste. The reaction solution also becomes industrial waste. The treating organic matter dissolved in water requires a wastewater treatment process. So we need a lot of money for wastewater treatment. We have to think about cost. So just for in the chemical industry, it is very rare case. We don't use so often micro or enzymes because of contamination and wastewater treatment we need. For example, in shochu production, about 10% total volume becomes alcohol. Okay, if 10% we produce, therefore producing 1 ton alcohol generates 10 tons of wastewater. Okay, so just 1 ton alcohol, 10 tons wastewater we will produce, and this cost very high. Wastewater treatment need cost a lot, and we have to be careful about that. You know, bioethanol, that is a political product supported by USA government and the Brazilian government just for making the grains cost high. So we have to be careful. So we had better import bioethanol from Brazil or from USA because that is supported by USA or Brazilian government. So that means that alcohol is made by taxes in Brazilian people and USA people. So we had better drink bioethanol. You cannot drink ethanol, but we may use that for gasoline or something like that. Indeed. So indeed, when I meet the scientist who produced bioethanol efficiently. He was the top scientist in Japan. And he said, I am the most effective person who produced ethanol. So I asked him, how about wastewater treatment? He told me, oh, I didn't think about that. So surprising. So I know many Japanese government support bioethanol production, but that is not useful indeed. So please think about the cost of wastewater treatment. Indeed, about 10 years ago, we may bring this water to sea. In Japan, we did. But now we cannot. From 10 years ago. But production of alcohol from petroleum, anyway, oils. We can produce alcohol from oils. That is very easy. And more effective. And the cost is very low. And we can produce a lot of ethanol. Oh, this is not ethanol, this is methanol. So ChatGPT made mistake. This is methanol, okay. So this reaction produce ethanol. So bioethanol costs a lot, but oil ethanol cost is very low. But we don't like to drink alcohol from oil. Okay, that is the reason we produce alcohol from bio compound. So I told you, food and microorganisms cannot separate because we want to eat from organisms, not chemicals. That is the reason we use ethanol for drinking. We don't like to use this ethanol for drinking. Of course, probably no problem at all, indeed. Maybe this is more pure, but we don't like. So, energy and microorganisms. The energy sector is the area. That is chemical. Now, energy. Energy is the most impossible area for microorganisms. For example, probably you will think about solar. If you think about microorganisms, probably you will think about algae and sunlight for producing hydrogen gas or for producing algae or anyway. If you focus on efficiency of solar power generation, about from sunshine 20%, and plant was 3 to 4%, algae is 7%. Artificial photosynthesis, just a theoretical value. So far, we don't know. But about 20 years ago, it was 0.3%. So maybe artificial photosynthesis can be effective, but so far, the most effective thing is solar power generation. And many people do not think about wastewater treatment. Once we use organisms, there must be waste. So if you want to get energy from biomass, just burning it, that is most effective. So wood is not for producing bioethanol. Wood is for just burning or Yeah, like that. And eating case, that is possible. And drinking is possible, also possible. Okay. Oh, this is closing to the not last one, but culture and microorganisms. That is the most important thing. I cannot separate our culture and microorganisms. In Indonesia, you have many fermentation food, and you prevent environmental pollution from using microorganisms. And bioremediation, maybe sometimes we need. So so here is a map. I belong to a member of humanities of professors researching fermented food in Asia. And they studied a lot of fermentation food and studying about the culture, combination of culture. And longing for the fermented food of one's hometown is a culture in itself. Please remember that microbiology closely intertwined with culture. So microbiology is like a culture. So please think about culture when you study microorganisms, including information found on social media and in the mainstream media and generated by AI and even in scientific paper is not necessarily accurate. Please use your own experience, knowledge, and judgment to assess the validity of information. Strive to broaden your horizons and improve your ability to make sound judgment. While I would add that being tolerant is important. Please don't forget to stand up for what you believe in. That is my conclusion. Thank you very much for listening my lecture.
Okay, thank you very much, Sensei. The closing statement is very, very wonderful. So, Sensei, once again, thank you very much because you give your time, your knowledge, your experience and experiments to us, and you give us a lot of insight, a lot of sharing, something like that. So, once again, thank you very much, Sensei. And if a student wants to ask a question, you can ask directly. And yeah, Feren. Feren, you can ask a question. So actually, Sensei, there is a 4 student asked me using Indonesian language because they say that they couldn't speak English well. So they asked me in Indonesia, and I will try to translate to you. Okay. So Feren, you can ask the question first.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thanks for the chance that is given to me. I wanted to ask to Sensei Iwahashi, is it common in Japan for them to use microorganism, especially in the energy industry? Thank you.
You ask me
So is
about
it?
energy.
Yes.
Yeah. We have many companies. That's impossible. They just get the money.
Oh, I see.
So I know some company, big company, produce some oils from algae. But that is impossible. I know.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So, Feren, did you catch the answer, Feren? Is it okay,
Yes,
Feren?
Sensei, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
for
you
your
very much.
question.
So,
Don't
Sensei,
believe that if you find such company in Indonesia,
Yeah. Because I think that Farhan's question is related to Indonesian in Indonesia too, because we know that in Japan, how can I say that in here, for example, if you are using car, so they try to make it like a hybrid car.
Yes.
So in China, they try to make an electrical car, but Japan company, they didn't have that's kind like electrical car, but they change it to become a hybrid car. So maybe Farhan asked it, is it possible if we are 100% using organism to an energy industry, something like that. So yeah. So thank you,
Indeed,
Sensei.
it is impossible.
Okay. So
In
Sensei,
commercial point, in industrial point,
hmm?
if you see that is environmental aspect
Yeah.
can be,
Oh,
but
okay,
as
okay.
energy, if you compete with oil, it's
Mm.
impossible.
Oh,
And
okay.
if you compete with solar system,
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's couldn't once microorganisms, but you combine them. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
So Sensei, there is a question from
Yes.
Rendra. Rendra asked about vaccine in Japan. So
Yeah.
actually, how many times in Japan when COVID pandemic
Yeah.
happened in Japan? How many times in Japan that you get a vaccinate? And is it how can I say that? We believe that in Indonesia, SARS-CoV is from camel, not from
Uh,
bat. The animal is
yeah.
from camel. So, is any report in Japan? There is a Japanese get SARS virus.
Oh, but
So, the question is from Rendra.
anyway,
Yeah,
vaccination several times.
Also from how many times?
It depends on people, but in my case, 3 or 4 times.
Mm.
And some people, nothing.
Mm. Okay.
And some 6, 7. And my student told me after vaccination is more severe than
Mm.
getting COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because COVID becoming weak, toxicity
Okay.
gradually. So after that, many people thought
Mm.
COVID is better
Mm.
than vaccination.
Oh, the vaccination.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another question I couldn't
Uh,
catch.
so we believe in Indonesia, we believe that SARS of virus
Yeah.
is come from camel animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it any report from Japanese government that Japanese people get SARS virus? So, any report, Sensei, from
I don't
Japanese people?
know,
Hmm?
but there must be also
Okay.
have SARS.
Okay. So Indonesia, because how can I say that right now, we will, how can I say, we will go to Arabic country, but sometimes they have that virus, so they
Yeah.
come to Indonesia and they bring that virus. So we have a lot of report about that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's now becoming global and we have many. Yeah.
Okay.
So vaccination is important.
Okay. Yeah, vaccination is important. So is it okay, Rendra, for your question?
For me, it's okay. Thank you.
Thank
Arigato,
you.
Prof. Iwahashi.
Arigato.
And next question from Nadia, because Nadia is right now how can I throat sick, and
Corona.
she couldn't speak, and she asked about Has there been any research on replacing petroleum with microbe-based petroleum, and is feasible to implement it in the present day, given the global issue of oil shortage occurring in many places?
Yeah.
So what?
In my opinion, just aeration is
Yeah.
good for making microbes growing. Because
Mm,
microbes eat oils.
yeah. They use
Of course, we may put some microbes, but probably aeration is very good for preventing.
Yeah. And how many percent is optimum, Sensei, actually, in your opinion? I mean, how
100%.
100% is
But just
possible?
aeration.
Oh, just
That
aeration.
is 20%.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That is good.
And for this is the last question from the
Yeah.
student. Maybe the question is same with Farhan. Is it using it's common in Japan. They are using microbe for all of industry. And is it already 100% optimum? So what is your opinion?
Oh, what? Sorry, I cannot catch.
So in Japan, we believe that we know that Japan is very how can I say, care about the environment. So they try to using clean energy, and then is it in Japan already 100% of the how can I say that the industry and wastewater treatment, they already use a microorganism to how can I say that to cure the environment. So what is your opinion about that, Sensei?
Yeah, probably 100%.
Oh,
Close
already
to
100.
100%, because that is strongly restricted.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, many companies do not want to pollute the water
Yeah.
environment.
Okay.
And sometimes they get water from river and they monitor the BOD.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, they use water and they may have the wastewater treatment. And that will go to river, go back to river.
Yeah.
They compare BOD and it should be lower than original.
Yeah.
So in that case, that is okay. But I don't know, chemicals.
Oh, yeah. So,
But anyway, they return the water with lower BOD. That is, yeah, general. Indeed.
Okay. Wow, it's common. So I hope that Indonesia will follow Japan. Japan.
But it's a
So
big company.
yeah, it's big company. How about slow company?
Small
Small
company,
company.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They may just put it on mountain.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Mm,
secretly.
secretly. Yeah. Oh, I
So,
think that all of Japanese people, they are, how can I say, honest to care the environment. So
no.
they, how can I say that? They
In
care.
Japan, we have many polluted places,
Oh, okay.
secretly polluted places.
Yeah. So actually, Sensei, when I did internship in Kyowa Biohakko company, do you still
Yeah,
remember?
yeah,
I'm going there for 2 weeks, and I
yeah,
saw that they how can I say, they cure the wastewater treatment,
yeah.
and they put it a fish in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they will maintain this one and they check it. So it's
Yeah.
very great for me. And in your, how can I say that? I just amazed that in that industry, they care and they curate the wastewater,
Yeah.
and it's very good. I hope that Indonesia will follow it.